Hey, good morning. It's Friday. I actually made it in the morning, which is good. So I actually was really unsure if I was ever going to make it on today. So I have to share, I've had the strangest, craziest week. We have been really careful for the last few years. So COVID didn't cross our boundary into our house, with my husband being like he is. It's not really good in our household. And on Sunday, my 6-year-old came down with fever, not very well, feeling really fatigued. And we tested him and it came back negative. And we're like, okay, Monday he goes to school. Came back from school, didn't want to do anything. And then, early hours, Tuesday morning, Monday night, all a bit of a blur really. When you're not sleeping, he tested positive. And we were like, oh my gosh, what do you do? So we went and got a PCR and had it confirmed that he was definitely positive, and I was negative. I had PCR at the same time. So due to my husband's health, we've had to literally, I was literally acting as the person in between in our household. So I've called myself all week as like the piggy in the middle. I've been looking after my little one, but therefore actually keeping my husband safe. So literally, my hands are red raw again this week. Do you remember at the beginning of lockdown where everybody had really dry hands because they were washing their hands constantly using the sanitizer? This is what it's been like this week in our house. And all I can think of is, please, I just don't want it to spread to anybody else in the house. So I took that upon myself, and it's not nice when you sit down to play with your 6-year-old and you're both wearing a mask. And then afterwards you have to kind of get up and wash your hands. But we made it work. And yeah, I was really glad actually last night. They needed to have 2 separate tests, 2 negative tests, 24 hours apart. And last night we had our first negative test. So it's like, oh, thank you, and everybody else in the house is still okay. So fingers crossed. So it seems like we've done a great job. But when you run your own business, okay, everything just gets put on the back burner. Everything. So I said last week that I was going to create a lead magnet because I've been so busy doing other stuff actually. And I'm like, gosh, I still haven't done, even this morning, like, I still not done that lead magnet I said I was going to do last week. How many of you just end up, everything, life happens, doesn't it? It really does happen. But I had a meeting with one of my clients yesterday, and luckily, all of the meetings I've had this week, they've all been really understanding of my situation at home. So as my little one is running behind me, because I can't work from my office, I'm in the kitchen, as he's running behind me, and just waving at everybody, they're very understanding of that. So, but as I was talking to my client yesterday, we were talking about lead magnets, and I said the best part of a lead magnet is you can just repurpose content that you've already made that you then want people to be looking at. And she said, that's so true. And I thought, so why have I not done it? I've already got my lead magnet created. I just need to go and wiggle it around and make it a lead magnet. So this morning, it took me all of 15 minutes to copy across my module that I've created that I will be selling later on. And I've repurposed a bit of the content from there as my lead magnet, because that is what it's all about, repurposing content you've already made. And now my lead magnet is done. I now just have to go and copy across one of my other lead magnet pages, change the wording on it, and that will go live today. I'm actually going out at 10:05. I'm taking him out for a walk into the woods where there's going to be nobody there this morning. And yeah, we're going to go and have a nice walk in the rain. But to be able to do that and understand that nothing should really be that difficult. So we've had a trying week, but we've made it work. Yes, I've not had the huge wins that I've had over the last few weeks, but I'm really grateful that I'm in the situation that I'm in where I can just say, fine, I can move everything around. I've got people that are understanding around me, and I can do what I need to do for my business and for my family. And I can make it completely work for me. And I'm really grateful. Yes, I've got red raw hands, okay, and I don't think I've cleaned my house that much in ages. It probably needed it, in all fairness. But, I'm feeling super grateful today, really grateful today. And also because as long as I still test negative today, I'm going out tomorrow night. Yeah, that was been on my mind all week. But I'll share more about that tomorrow. So yeah, that was it. I really wonder what you guys have been up to this week. And, you know, how do you feel when your life has been completely knocked off balance? Your week didn't pan out as you wanted it to pan out. When you don't manage to achieve the things that you set out to achieve, you know, do you beat yourself up, or do you just say, okay, let's look at the situation around me and let's just get on with it? Because sometimes that's all you can do, is just get on with it. And take it easy on yourself. Understand that some things will take priority. But if you are in a fortunate position where you're able to shelve some things and say, that will go, I'll do that next week. I'll do that next week when I have time. If you're in that position, just feel really grateful. I know some people actually that follow me on here are working that 9 till 5 job and then coming home and then working on their, you know, what does Dolly Parton call it? She calls it, you know, the other song is the 5 till 9, you know, where you work on your dreams after you finish in your job. And if you're doing that, okay, I feel for you, okay, and I think that, you know, you're on your way. Just keep going. So, and that's it, guys. I don't have much else to share with you. I'm going to go and grab another cup of coffee. Go probably wash my hands 7 more times in the next half an hour. But I'm going to go out for a walk in the woods and go and get, you know, wet in the rain and just have a little bit more fun with my boy whilst he's off today. And be thankful for the fact that actually, you know, let's hope for another negative COVID test tonight and then he can go back to school next week, which I'm sure he wants to do. So he's missing his friends. Anyway, I'm going to pop the lead magnet link in this thread, okay, on Facebook and on Instagram and on Facebook. So that way, then, if you don't have it, you can have it. And what's coming at you this week is website tech jargon, okay? That's it. So you don't need to worry about if you've got a web developer and they're throwing all these words at you and completely bamboozling you. You can just take my nice, easy guide now and just use that, okay? Understand what people are talking about. Make it easy for yourself. That's all I ever do, is help everybody take it easy, make it easy for themselves. So anyway, love to see you all. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later.